Listen, I know it's not the holidays, and I know it's not 2013, but damn it, I wish it was. Hello there, and today I'm gonna be taking a look at the Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide from 2013. And I have had this for the longest time. I used to read this little pamphlet religiously as a kid, and I have just always been very fond for this era of Nintendo. 2013, 2014 is really when I started to pay more attention to the games that were coming out, and 2013 was actually the year that I got my first 3DS, or more specifically, the 2DS, which also came out that year. And I just wanted to kind of take a trip down memory lane and take a look at what was being featured at the time, what new games were out, and basically just everything that was happening in 2013. So, on the front here, we've got the Wii U with New Super Mario Bros. U on it. Got the Mario and Luigi Wii remotes. The Nintendo 2DS, which, like I said, had just come out in 2013. And that is Mario Party Island Tour, I believe. And we have the Nintendo 3DS XL up here with Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. So, let's check out what's inside. As you can see, this is a very beefy book. We got a lot of things to go over, so I'm very excited because I have not looked at this in a couple years, and I'm excited to see just what is in this book. So, first up, we've got the Mario and Luigi Wii U Deluxe set, and I might be wrong on this, but I believe because originally, like in 2012, they had the basic set, which was just like it was just the bare minimum. It was like the Wii U. There was no game included. It was just the Wii U. And the deluxe set, which was $50 more, came with all this plastic junk, like the stands and everything. And originally, it came with Nintendo Land. And I believe around holiday of 2013, they swapped out Nintendo Land in the deluxe set for New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi U, or whatever that game's called. And I believe the basic set was pretty much gone by then. I might be wrong on this, but I believe that they had completely phased out the basic set by then. So that's why I don't think that will be anywhere in this book. So got the deluxe set, and got a little blurb here. What is Wii U? Unfortunately for Nintendo, most people didn't know. Yeah, I think it's pretty bad when you have to actually address what is Wii U, because it kind of means people don't know what it is, that you have to explain it right up in front, hey, this is a new video game console. That should have been your first sign that this thing was not gonna do well. And let's see, what does it say? Wii U is the revolutionary new system from Nintendo, featuring high-definition graphics, the innovative Wii U gamepad controller, and a vast collection of incredible games that are only on the Wii U system. I feel like they should have put incredible in quotes. And of course, we've got Mario 3D World on the TV there, because that was Nintendo's big holiday title for 2013. I believe it came out in November, I want to say, or October. It was pretty close to when this book would have been made. And speaking of Mario 3D World, here it is, front and center. And I've got to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Mario 3D World. It's a fine game, I guess. I haven't really actually beaten it. It's more so I've dabbled with it here and there, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad game or all, but I just prefer the more sandboxy type of Mario games. And I even like the Mario Galaxy games. I love Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2, but 3D World and 3D Land as well. I don't know. They're fine, but I don't know. I just never been that big of a fan, and because of that, I've never really had the urge to actually sit down and beat Mario 3D World, but I am planning on doing that sometime this year, so hopefully I do get around to that eventually, and who knows, maybe my perception of this game will finally change. And over here we've got The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD. Now this is a beautiful remake, definitely one of the best remakes Nintendo's ever made. I love when they remake the Zelda games, and I personally think that this is the best looking one that they've done. Like, Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword HD, like, they're fine, like, they're okay, but this one is just beautiful. Mwah, chef's kiss. I can't really say much about the game itself because I haven't really played this one either. Fun fact about me, I didn't really have a Wii U up until a few years ago. I never really hopped on that bandwagon while it was relevant, so I haven't had the opportunity to play a lot of Wii U games, but this is another one that I definitely want to get into sometime because I know that I've heard really great things about it, and I mean, like I said, it looks beautiful, and I definitely want to give that a try. Now, on the contrary, I have played a little bit of Wii Party U, and I actually like Wii Party U. I will stand by the notion that Wii Party U is a pretty good game. I know most people won't agree with me on that, but I like this game. I feel like it has decent Wii U gamepad support. Like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's enhanced by the Wii U gamepad, but like, it does have some things that like would be pretty hard to do with like a standard controller. Like, I know there were some mini games where like somebody had to be looking at like just the gamepad screen and it would affect like things happening on the TV, and like things like that are pretty cool. Like, the way they were done in this game wasn't like anything that special, but like I like Wii Party U. I haven't played it too much, but from what I have tried in the past, like, I have always had a good time with this game, and I wouldn't say it's better than Wii Party, but it is a solid little minigame collection, which is something I cannot say about this next game, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games Sochi 2014. Try saying that title 10 times fast. So, this is where the Mario and Sonic at the Olympics games started to go downhill, in my opinion, because the first three games were all pretty good. The first one was a little bit iffy, but definitely the first Winter Olympic Games and the 2012 Olympic Games, those games were phenomenal. I love those. This one, not so much. This is it's the first one in HD, first one on the Wii U, and I don't know, man, like, so much of the love and character that was in the first couple games, it just feels like it was gone in this one. It just kind of feels like this was just made like to put something, just like have an extra game out for the holiday season this year, and like that's fine. Like, these games don't have to be like the craziest thing out there, like they never were. Like, they're just mini games, but man, they barely did anything with the Wii U gamepad, and just like, it just felt so soulless, and I just was not a fan. I mean, it's fine for what it is. It's not like the worst of the Mario and Sonic Olympic games. Like, I think that the 2016 games was definitely worse, but man, this one is just such a nothing game, and it really breaks my heart to say that because I really like the ones that came before it. We got Wii Fit U here. This is an interesting game. I have not played Wii Fit U. I don't even own this game, actually, but I believe, like, I know it says down here, available 2014 exclusively on Wii U, but I believe that the game was actually already out at the time. See, like, says, like, own a Wii balance board, you can download Wii Fit U for free for 1 month. and then I believe in order to keep the game, you would have to go out and buy a Wii Fit U pedometer, as they got it shown there. And like, to me, that's just such an odd promotion, because like, I feel like most people that would be interested in Wii Fit U probably already had the balance board from Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus back on the Wii. So I feel like this game probably was just... I'm just assuming that most people probably got this game for free. Like, I might be wrong on this, but I can't imagine that... Damn it. But as I was saying, like, I don't feel like Nintendo made much of a profit off of this game. Like, I mean, I know, like, this was a very short promotion, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, but still, like, I just feel like if you were in the know, you probably would have picked this game up while it was free, and, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out my ass here, but, you know, I just feel like this was just one of the very strange marketing tactics that they used during this era. There were a lot of very strange way they were selling their games around this time, and this is just one of the many examples. But, you know, Wii Fit U, I've heard it's a fine game, very good, very solid for what it is, and good for it. Good for Wii Fit U. It's probably the most forgettable game in the Wii series, but whatever, Wii Fit U, good for you. You get a gold star. Now, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I have played this game a little bit, and when I say a little bit, I mean I played through like the first world, maybe like half of the second world, and that was it. I have heard that this is a very good game, like one of the best 2D platformers of all time. And I would definitely love to definitely play it sometime. I do own this game, I just have not had the time to actually sit down and play it, because I grew up with the original Donkey Kong Country Returns, and that was definitely a meaty game. There was a lot to that game, and I assume that Tropical Freeze is probably the same way, so I definitely want to make sure I have enough time to like experience it all, but definitely looking forward to getting around to this eventually. And it's interesting because this game came out... Oh no, wait, now I'm confusing my years. Yeah, this game hadn't come out yet. It was due in February, so this game wasn't even out for the holiday season. So I think it's interesting that they were choosing to kind of promote it here, even though like you couldn't buy it yet. So that's an interesting thing they were doing. And Sonic Lost World's up next. Ooh, haha. This is not a good game. I have not actually been brave enough to try this game myself. I've watched gameplay of it. I've seen the trailers. I remember when it came out. I remember being like really just kind of miffed on this game when it came out. And man, this game's just... I've just heard so many bad things about this game. Like you have games like Unleashed and Generations that are just like peak Sonic. Like they finally figured out how 3D Sonic worked, and then like people love those games. And then you go to this, and it's just like, what are you doing, man? What? You finally figured out what worked, and then you're gonna throw it all away. You're like, come on, guys. But you know, like I don't know, like it doesn't even look that nice. Like it's colorful, like it's very bright and vibrant, but man, like something like Generations or Unleashed, like yeah, that wasn't gonna work on the Wii U. Like obviously for a Wii U Sonic game, you're gonna have to downgrade the visuals quite a bit, but man, like I just feel like, man, like this is just sad. Like whenever I think about Sonic Lost World, I just get a little bit depressed inside. Like, man, I just don't want to ever play it, man. Like, it's just not good. But speaking of a game that I do think is good, is Disney Infinity. Now, I'm not gonna lie and act like I wasn't part of the Toys to Life generation, because I most certainly was. And, you know, there was Skylanders, and there was, Lego Dimensions that came out a little bit later, and I guess there was even Amiibo to an extent, but my bread and butter was Disney Infinity. I played the hell out of this from like 2014 to like probably like 2016, maybe 2017. Like, this was my jam. I freaking loved Disney Infinity. I thought it was amazing. Like, to this day, I think it is still one of the best, like, 3D level builders out there. Like, it was so intuitive. Like, there was so much you could do with it. And even just, like, the pre-built levels and all the generic stuff, like, even that was really great. And I freaking love Disney Infinity. I don't have it on Wii U. I have it on, I had it on 360 back in the day, but, I assume the Wii U version is more or less the same as all the other versions, because it wasn't that graphically demanding, so, you know, probably just the same, but still, very good game. Love Disney Infinity. And, yeah, so, let's see, we got Scribblenauts Unmasked, a DC Comics adventure. This is a game that exists. Alright, up next we've got Rayman Legends. Oh man, poor little Rayman Legends. What a sad story this game is. So basically, it's just a little history lesson for all you not in the know. Pretty much, Rayman Legends was supposed to come out like very early 2013. It was going to be a very early Wii U game, but Ubisoft, the developer of Rayman Legends, they had also made Zombie U, which was also an early Wii U game, and that game did not sell well. It sold like crap. So Ubisoft had the mindset that, oh, Wii U games don't sell well, so let's not put this out on Wii U when it's ready. Let's wait until we can port it to Xbox One and PS4, so that way everybody can play it. And like, you know, that's fine, like, port your game to other consoles, I don't care. But they had to delay the Wii U version, and, like, the game was, like, ready to be released in, like, February or March or whenever it was, and they waited till, like, the end of the year to finally release it, and, you know, like, I believe it came out, like, around the same time as, like, Mario 3D World, and I think it was, like, the same week, if not the same day, as, like, GTA 5, like, this game could have had, like, the whole spotlight for, like, Wii U games that came out in, like, early 2013, because, let's be honest, what was coming out for the Wii U in early 2013? This game could have had the spotlight, but nope, they had to push it back because, oh, Wii U games don't sell well, and, you know, I just feel like it kind of blew this game's chance, you know, not necessarily blowing its chance, but I just feel like it could have done a lot better if it had come out when it was originally supposed to. But I'm rambling. Let's move on. We got Skylanders. They had a lot of Skylanders Wii U bundles, and I don't think that's not what this is. This isn't a Wii U bundle or anything, but this just comes with, like, the base, I think. I'm not a big Skylanders guy, so I don't really, I believe this was, like, the third year of Skylanders, because I think they started in 2011, from what I remember. So, I believe this was, like, the third generation of Skylanders. I might be wrong, but, yeah, that's what that is. And, Just Dance 2014. It's Just Dance. Disney's Planes is here for some reason. Like, of all the games to, like, write a little blurb about, why the hell is Disney's Planes on here? Like, there were so many other Wii U games that had come out this year. Like, you know, there was Game & Wario and, like, Pigman Free, and there like, even third-party wise, there was stuff to play. But this? I don't know. I just think it's a weird game for them to kind of just, like, put in the spotlight. I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look like a bad game, but, like, whatever. It's Disney's Planes. Who gives a shit? Oh. Well, here are all the games people care about. Yeah, so as I was just saying, like Game & Wario and Pikmin 3 and the Wonderful 101, they don't get a little blurb, they get thrown in the also available section, aka the games Nintendo doesn't have faith in. And over here, you've got your big boy mature titles for the Wii U, and they've actually got some pretty big names. You got Splinter Cell, Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Batman, that's better for its third-party support than the Switch is getting right now. So good job Wii U. You had some decent big boy titles in early on. So not bad. And of course now we're in the accessories area where we're kind of going over all the kind of extra fun stuff that the Wii U had. You got off TV play. That's kind of a weird thing to put in here. Yeah, it's a cool feature, but I don't know, something like Miiverse or Wii U Chat. Those were actual applications, and this was just a function of the console. I don't know. That's if there was a little blurb about did you know if you click the select button, it will pause the game? No, duh. Of course it does. And you got Miiverse over here, Wii U Chat, Nintendo TV. All of these services and features were shut down before I ever even thought about owning a Wii U, so, I don't really have much to say about them, so, yeah. And you got the Wii U accessories, the Mario and Luigi Wii remotes, and all the colors of the Wii remotes, all the colors of the rainbow, the Wii U Pro controller, the nunchucks, all the fancy doodads, and little page dedicated to the Nintendo eShop. That's kind of cool. 3DS, Wii U, yeah, that's what they look like. R.I.P. And the gift cards over here, I had forgotten what the Nintendo eShop cards used to look like, because I'm just so used to the way they look now. They got the Mario one and the Luigi one. It's just the characters' faces on them. I forgot, I remember them looking like this. I just kind of forgot that they ever did look like this for a while there. And I definitely think that the way they look now is definitely a lot better. But, these are fine. They're whatever. And, some more Nintendo eShop exclusive games. So we got Wii Sports Club, which I forgot that came out this year too. I believe it was just bowling and I want to say tennis were the only sports that were out yet, because like I said earlier, with Wii Fit U, Nintendo had a very weird way of selling their games this generation, and Wii Sports Club has to be the most confusing, and I still don't 100% get what it was. It was a subscription service. There's a day pass, and it was just really weird, and I don't really want to get into that now, but yeah, Wii Sports Club, sure. And, you got some virtual console games, Zelda, Mario World, Donkey Kong, and some third-party games. And, got some 3DS games, too. Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move. I love this game. This game's awesome. And same thing for Push Mode. This was an old game. Not old, but, this was a game from, 2011, which, it's interesting that they would advertise a game from over 2 years ago at this point. And I think really the reason they were doing that is because there really weren't very many Nintendo 3DS eShop exclusive games at the time. Outside of Mario and Donkey Kong and Push Mode, there really wasn't much else. And let's see, we've got the Game Boy games being shown off, Steam World Dig, Phoenix Wright, yeah, some pretty cool stuff. And of course, we've made it to the 3DS section. Now, I'm probably going to have a little bit more to say about these games because I was definitely more involved with the 3DS during its life. Like I said, 2013 was the year that I got my first 3DS, so I was really starting to pay more attention to the games that were coming out. So yeah, let's see what we've got. First off, we've got 3DS XL. This came out in 2012, so this was about a year old by the time this book came out. But this was like the definitive 3DS at the time. You got all the colors. You got just the bigger screens. Like this was like the 3DS to get if you were gonna get one. And got the special edition 3DS for Link Between Worlds here, and I love how this looks. Like, you've got just the gold finish, and got the Triforce on top, and the upside down Triforce on the bottom to represent the low rule Triforce. I just think that is like such a good design for this game because, it kind of represents the two worlds of the game. Like, this is so cool. Like, compared to like the Majora's Mask 3DS that came out a few years later, like, this is so much cooler. Like, I would love to get my hands on this one day. It is just beautiful. Then you got the original 3DS from 2011, and I gotta be honest, by 2013, like, there was like almost no reason to buy the original 3DS because by 2013 you had the 3DS XL and you had the 2DS, and like the 2DS that was like your cheaper one. I don't remember how much that one cost. It was like $150, I think, around there. And the 3DS XL was more expensive than the 3DS, but at the same time, it wasn't like that big of a difference. It's like $20, $30 at the most. Like, it really wasn't that much more expensive than the original. So it was like, really, like, you could either like splurge a little bit more and get the fancy model, like, because this really was like the definitive 3DS. Or if you're like on the cheap side, you gotta save your money, get the 2DS because like it's the 2DS. Come on, man. But like, there was just no reason to buy the 3DS. It was just the sort of weird middle tier that like it worked, but like there was like no real reason to go for it because if you wanted it cheap, you had this one. If you wanted it fancy, you had this one. This one was just this weird middle child of a system. It was just weird. But the 2DS, like I said, this was the one that I got back in 2013, and man, I played the hell out of it. I still do, and I will still stand by this. I believe that the original 2DS is the most comfortable 3DS model to hold, and I will stand by that till the end of time. Like, the original 3DS, the XL, they're fine. They feel fine, but like the way the 2DS is shaped with just how like it's like one big chunk instead of the clamshell design where it folds, like I think that just makes it so much more comfortable, especially when you've got bigger hands. Like, I'm not someone with like huge hands, but it's just so much more comfortable to hold because I just feel like when I use the original 3DS or the XL, like my hands just feel so cramped and the shoulder buttons feel puny, and this one just feels so much better to hold, which I know is a little bit of a hot take, but man, I love this thing. Like, I know I've got a lot of nostalgia for this model, but damn, it is just, it's a great system. And first games we got up, probably the biggest 3DS games of the year. We got Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. I'm not a Pokemon guy, so I don't have much to say about these. I mean, like, I know it was a pretty big deal to get these games on the 3DS because I remember, like, the Pokemon Company was, like, just not making games for the 3DS for a while there, because I know in, like, 2011, like, right around the time that the 3DS came out, was when Black and White came out on the DS, and you're like, okay, that's fine. Then, like, 2012 came around, and they made Black and White 2, only on the DS. And, like, I believe there was, like, one other spin-off that they made around that time for the DS, and, like, they were just making nothing for the 3DS. And I believe they made, Pokemon Rumble. Pokemon Rumble Blast is what it was. They made that for the 3DS, but, like, that was it for the first couple years. And then finally, like, 2013, they finally made the next generation on 3DS, which I think definitely was a good thing for the 3DS. It kind of gave it more of a diverse library. But yeah, so those came out, and cool. And ooh, Link Between Worlds. I love this game. Funny story about this game. A little bit of a quick side tangent here, but back in like, oh gosh, what was it? It was like 2018, I want to say. I had just played my first Zelda game, because I didn't grow up playing too many Zelda games. Breath of the Wild was my first, and I didn't really know much about like the Zelda games that came before, but I played Breath of the Wild, and I'm like, man, this is so cool. I want to play the games that came before it, because surely they must be just like Breath of the Wild. And obviously, I didn't really know what I was getting into, but like a few weeks later, I saw this game at the store, and I'm like, oh man, a Zelda game on the 3DS, that's so cool, it's gonna be just like Breath of the Wild. And I bought it, and I started playing it, and I realized that these two games were not alike in the slightest. Yeah, that definitely tainted this game's reputation in my mind for a little bit there, but I did come back a few years later, like after I kind of accepted that like no other Zelda game was like Breath of the Wild, and I did play it and beat it, and honestly, I really love this game now. It is probably my favorite top-down Zelda game, I'd say. Like, it is just very beautifully crafted. I think, like, it's very generic. Like, it's got a very generic, bland art style, but, you know, that's okay, because, like, it's just a smaller game. It's not, like, that big of a deal, and man, like, I know it's just, like, a reimagining of A Link to the Past, but I love this game. I think it's great, and I would definitely love to play through it again sometime. Can't say the same about Mario Party Island Tour, though, and the reason for that is because I haven't played it. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I have no desire to play any of the 3DS Mario Party games. Like, maybe, whatever the second one was called, Star Rush, I think. Like maybe I'd try that one, but, like, Island Tour and the Top 100, like, those games, like, I've just never, ever been interested in trying them. I've just heard about, like, how bad they are, and I just don't want to even dabble with them, at least not right now. I'll probably buy them eventually, but man, this game is just, like, a weird combination of, like, I don't know, like, Mario Party 9 and I don't know, it's just weird. It's all linear. It's just very, very mediocre. And, you know, it actually came out the same day as A Link Between Worlds, which also came out the same day as Mario 3D World, which also came out the same day as the Xbox One. Well, there's your fun fact for the day. I don't like this game, and I am probably not going to play it anytime soon, so you, Mario Party Island Tour, you are something else. Let's see, we got more Skylanders, which I forgot that Skylanders was even on the 3DS, because, like, that seems like such a hard game to, like, get working on the 3DS, because, you know, you gotta have the figures on the base, and obviously it doesn't really work that well on a handheld, but you know, they made a 3DS version, and you know, I don't know like how like similar it was to the Wii U version, but you know, I'll commend them for at least getting a pretty unique game running on a handheld. Like, that is pretty commendable. And you know, the same thing could be said for Sonic Lost World, because I haven't played this version of the game either, but I believe it is the exact same as the Wii U version, which, you know, is pretty impressive. Like, that they got, like, a full-fledged Wii U game running on a handheld, like, especially the 3DS. Like, you know I was kind of dogging on the graphics for the Wii U version earlier, but, you know, like, just this screenshot, like, it looks pretty good for a 3DS game, especially, like, a 3D 3DS game. Like, it's pretty good looking, you know? I think they did a pretty good job with it. And let's see, what else have we got? Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. This is another one I forgot about. I mean, I believe it's not like the kind of Batman Arkham games you'd play on console. It was definitely much more of a static camera situation where, like the camera's locked in place, kind of like the old school Resident Evil games on the PlayStation. It's a little bit like that. But, like I said, like, it is a Batman Arkham game on the 3DS, and, the 3DS especially did not have very many mature titles, so, it's pretty cool that this was on there as well. And, you also got Shin Megami Tensei 4, that's pretty cool, and, see, we got the last few pages here. Disney Infinity on the 3DS, yes. Now, I know for a fact that this game it has the subtitle of Toy Box Challenge because it is actually a completely different game than the console version. I believe this was more of a hack and slash type deal, and like that's not as nearly as exciting as the console version. But they did have a base for the 3DS that you could scan the figures, get them in the game. Like, again, it's commendable, so, pretty cool that is a thing. Like, it's not a very good thing, but still, it's a neat novelty. It's cool. And we got the some Adventure Time game down here. Sure. And here we've got the also available section, and oh, well, here's all the games I give a damn about. Very interesting that they decided to kind of put some of these games at the end, like not write a little blurb for them, because like half of these games came out in 2013, like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Like, those came out in 2013. Now, granted, they did come out in the earlier half, and I know this book was mostly focusing on, the games that had recently come out, like, within the last couple months. But still, like, Animal Crossing and, like, Luigi's Mansion, like, those are some pretty big-name games, and I'm just kind of surprised that they didn't have anything for them in here. Just kind of threw them in as an afterthought, like, oh yeah, these games are also here, whatever. I just think that's a little bit weird, but yeah, that is the end of the book. So yeah, overall, I think this little holiday gift guide, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a fun little look back at like what Nintendo was like 11 years ago, like what games were out, and there were definitely some games that I had forgotten about, so it was cool to kind of see them again and be reminded of them. And it's just kind of cool to like look back at like the era where Nintendo didn't like put in the effort to make these little booklets, because like I kind of miss like these things about Nintendo. Like nowadays, like I feel like if they were gonna do like something like this where they were gonna do a bunch of advertising for the holidays, they just like do like a YouTube ad, or like they do like some posts on social media, like they don't really do stuff like this anymore. I can understand why. Like obviously there's a lot of more time and money that has to go into making something like this. Like I imagine it wasn't cheap to print these either, because these are very high quality booklets, and I get why they don't do this anymore, but I still kind of miss it. And this one in particular, like 2013, it wasn't the best year for Nintendo, let's be honest. Like the Wii U was just, by the end of the year it was picking up steam a little bit, and the 3DS definitely had some good games come out this year, but overall, not one of Nintendo's greatest years, but I can at least commend them for making a decent holiday gift guide this year, and that's something that you can't say about every company, so that's pretty cool. But they didn't even mention the Year of Luigi once. I've got a riddle for you. What's 10 years old and is really, really hard to find? Ooh. Hello there, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide from 2014. Now, I already looked at the Holiday Gift Guide from 2013, and I had a lot of fun doing that, so I thought, what the hell, let's just go down the line and check out all of them. So, this is the one from 2014. And right off the bat, I can already tell it's going to be a much shorter video because, yeah, it looks like they kind of forgot to include the booklet. Yeah, this little guy doesn't have a lot of meat on his bones, but that doesn't matter because we are still going to check this out and see what was going on back then. So, without further ado, let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Alright, so we have the Nintendo Holiday Must-Haves. Of course, up here we've got the Nintendo 3DS, which actually that is a Nintendo 3DS XL in the picture, which I don't know why it is mislabeled, but it does not matter. We've also got the Nintendo 2DS over here, looking mighty fine. And, of course, Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. And Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U was like Nintendo's big holiday title that year. It had just come out, so that is why that is front and center. And we've also got Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which were remakes of the GBA Pokemon games, which had also recently come out, and also Mario Kart 7. Why is this on the front page? I'm just saying, I feel like there were some more important games that they could have put on the front, rather than a 3-year-old Mario Kart game, but again, Mario Kart. But anyways, let's take a look at the Wii U side of things. And of course, we've got the Mario 3D World bundle. That was like Nintendo's big Wii U bundle at the time. They were always changing it because no matter what they did, they could never sell any of these darn things. So Wii U's around this time came with 3D World and Nintendo Land, which was quite a deal. But it's also a deal that screams, I can't sell this console. Please buy this. We'll give you 2 free games if you buy this. Please buy it. And we've got Amiibo right down here, which Amiibo were hot off the press. They were nice and new, and everybody was starting to collect them. And I believe only Wave 1 was out at the time. Wave 2 came out a little bit after, I believe. So that is cool. And Hyrule Warriors is here too. And I really forgot that this series is this little sub-series of The Legend of Zelda was already 10 years old. Like, I knew it was on Wii U, but man, 10 years? Like, man, where did the time go? And we got Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which is probably the biggest game on Wii U for 2014. Love to see it. And also Mario Kart 8, which just so happens to be one of my favorite games of all time, and it also came out in 2014. So, pretty good lineup this year, you know? We got Super Smash Bros., we got Mario Kart, you know, you got pretty much, like, a lot of the big boy series games. So, I'd say 2014 was a pretty good year for Nintendo overall. And, let's keep the good times rolling with the 3DS games they chose to advertise this year. So we've got Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and the Pokemon games I already talked about. We got some ass-old Mario games, and when I say old, like, these games were like, what, 2-3 years old at the time, so, you know, it is just a little bit odd that they are marketing them above, like, I don't know, like, some of the games that had actually come out this year. But, again, Mario, I digress, because we've also got Ultimate NES Remix, which is a fabulous game, and Disney Magical World is also here. Pokemon Art Academy, which is a game I didn't even realize existed until a couple of days ago, and Pokemon X and Pokemon Y, the newest generation at the time. And over here we've got some more 2014 releases, because a lot of these games hadn't even come out in 2014. They were old news, so let's see, we've got Kirby Triple Deluxe and Tomodachi Life. Those both came out in 2014 and are fabulous games. Animal Crossing New Leaf is a great game. Yoshi's New Island is not. Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, Fantasy Life, Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call, Lego Batman Free, Skylanders Trap Team. Wow. This sure is the lineup of all time. I wouldn't really say there's anything wrong with this lineup. I mean, they have pretty much every big 2014 game and really pretty much every big Nintendo 3DS game that was out at the time for the most part. My only complaint is that third-party support is a little lacking. I mean, you got like Lego games, Skylanders, Sonic, like nothing too out of the ordinary. Like, when I took a look at the 2013 guide, like there was like a whole page dedicated to like mature games coming to the 3DS. And you don't really see any of that here, so it just kind of goes to show how different the marketing was just 1 year later. But anyways, let's see what we've got coming up next. We've got the consoles. We've got Nintendo 3DS XL and all its beautiful colors, and the Nintendo 2DS, which included Mario Kart 7. Wow, that's pretty cool. I know when I got my 2DS in 2013, mine did not come with Mario Kart 7, so wow, I guess Nintendo really hated me then. And we've also got the Wii U over here. Yeah, like I said, Mario 3D World, Nintendo Land. This is a cry for help. Like, you don't just give away two of the biggest games on the console for free when you're doing well. That is a sign of a sinking ship. No wonder the Wii U failed. But, yes. Next, we've got the Wii U games. Oh, yeah. Got Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which were probably, like, the Wii U's, like, two best games, in my opinion, at least. Like, I know the Wii U had a lot of good games, but these two in particular, they both came out in 2014, and man, like, I think, like, Wii U hype was at, like, an all-time high, which, I mean, it wasn't a very high bar to reach. It was a very, very low bar, but, 2014, man, you got those two games, man, you were eating good. And anyway, Hyrule Warriors, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, NES Remix Pack, all very good 2014 games. Definitely smaller games, especially these two, but still good games nonetheless. Mario 3D World, which was not a 2014 game, get out of here. And we've got garbage down here and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, so pretty solid lineup for 2014. I do have to question why they didn't have. I don't even see like all of the 2014 Nintendo games on this page. Like, I don't see like Wii Fit U, and I know there's a couple others that came out this year. Like, I'm not seeing some of them, which I think is odd, but they choose to highlight stuff like this stupid game, this piece of garbage that nobody likes. Get out of here! But over here, we've got New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD, Pigman Free, Just Dance 2015, Lego Batman Free, and all the Toys to Life junk down there. Man, if I thought the 3DS third-party lineup was bad, man, this is atrocious! I'm sorry, how many games are there? 1, 2, 3... I mean, I guess these kind of count as games. I mean, sure, 5. 5 third-party Wii U games, and like none of them are, like, most of these are probably pretty bad. I just can't believe how lacking in support the Wii U was in third-party support this year. Like, Sonic being on there, like, okay, Sonic's gonna be on the Nintendo console, and like, Just Dance and the Lego games and the Toys to Life games, those are all the games that you expect to be on Nintendo consoles. Like, it would be more shocking if these games weren't on a Nintendo console. But, like, when that's all you've got, like, there is just nothing that screams like, hey, this is like a major third-party game. Like, there's no mature games, there's no Call of Duties anymore, there's no Batman games, you know, just all the stuff that we were seeing last time. Like, man, it is just all gone. They really lost everything in 2014. Man, like, when this is one of the games, the third-party games that you are happy about, like, yeah, you got problems, man. You've got problems. I'm getting a little carried away. The third-party support this year, definitely very lacking, but who knows? Maybe there's something else in this book that will change my mind about that. Ooh, we got a little page dedicated to Amiibo over here, and these are all of the Wave 1 figures that came out, so this is like, just the first ones that came out. Wave 2 came out a little bit after, but, you know, pretty solid lineup for Amiibo. You know, we got the Smash Bros. Line, obviously, Mario, Donkey Kong, Peach, Yoshi, Link, Samus, Wii Fit Trainer, Marth, Pikachu, Star Fox, Kirby, and Villager. Why did I call him Star Fox? I don't know. I guess I'm a fake Nintendo fan. Yeah, pretty solid first wave, I will say. I don't think I own a single one of these Amiibo. I own Amiibo for these characters, but not these ones specifically, which is something I definitely need to get on. I have not been collecting Amiibo for a while. Definitely got to get back on that because most of these are out of print, so you know, really got to get on that. Let's see, what did it say over here? Your favorite Nintendo characters come to life. Available November 21st. Wow, I mean, only 3 games at, like, when they came out that supported Amiibo, and they were all pretty lame uses of Amiibo, not gonna lie. Like, Super Smash Bros. Was probably the best because, you know, you get to train the computer player in your fighting style. Whoop-de-doo. Hyrule Warriors just got you, like, 1 item a day for scanning an Amiibo, and Mario Kart 8 just gave you like a costume, so it was like a one-time use sort of thing. So definitely at first Amiibo support was pretty bad. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say like these aren't worthwhile inclusions, but also like I definitely feel like there should have been an Amiibo-centric game, like a game entirely focused on Amiibo. I think that would have definitely made Amiibo seem a little bit more important, and they did try that with Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and we all know how that turned out. Luckily, the flames have been put out since that game came out, and you know, I think Nintendo realized, like, maybe we shouldn't make an Amiibo game. I mean, they did kind of try again with, like, Amiibo Tap and all that junk, but, you know, Amiibo support, like, back then and really even now, like, isn't really that great, so I'm rambling. Let's move on. We've got Nintendo eShop gift cards. I noticed that they added the $10 card, which was not in the 2013 book, so that is cool. And, they are also advertising Mario Kart 8 DLC, which, this is some fantastic DLC. Like, obviously, by 2024, you know, we got the Booster Course Pass and all that junk, which is definitively better. But at the time, like, this DLC, this was some pretty great stuff. Like, you got Link, and later on, you got, like, the Villager and Isabelle in the game. Like, that is some pretty neat stuff. And, you know, like, getting all those new tracks, like, what was it, like, 16 new tracks overall? Just the 8 at the time, because this is just the first wave of DLC. But still, like, Mario Kart 8's original DLC, still some of the best DLC Nintendo's ever made. I love the additions they did, and it's cool to see that here. And we've got some Wii U accessories down here. The Peach Remote was new in 2014. These two had already been around, but we've also got the brand new Super Smash Bros. 4 GameCube controller, which is pretty cool. I would definitely love to get my hands on this sometime soon. I have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate one, which I do like a little bit more design-wise, but definitely I want to get this one sometime soon. And, you know, the GameCube adapter, Pro Controller, Nunchuck, all great stuff. And what have we got going on over here? This is just the same stuff that I already talked about. Yeah, I guess, like, this is just like you're supposed to circle what you want at the end, I guess, which is kind of weird because you could already kind of do that with the rest of the book because, like, they have little things where it's like, I want this, check me, and, like, I don't know, they kind of do it twice, like, it's kind of odd. Pretty sure there's nothing new here. Yeah, these are all just the same stuff I already talked about, so not much to say about this. And we've also got an advertisement for Play Nintendo, which is a website that exists. Yep, and we've got a nice fat render of Donkey Kong on the back. Wow, what a novel. I've gotta say, compared to the Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide from 2013, this was a major downgrade in my opinion. The Nintendo 2013 book had like loads and loads of information. They not only covered more games, but a lot of them had like paragraphs and paragraphs of information, and like that was like an actual book, whereas this is just kind of looking at the box arts and you know, you just kind of look at them and you say neat and you move on with your life, which I mean that works, but at the same time, you know, I think I definitely preferred the more stylized approach that the 2013 guide had. They just felt like there was a lot more character put into that one, where this one just feels like it was done really quickly in Photoshop. I mean, the booklet itself also feels a lot cheaper, I must say. It definitely feels like they were cutting costs around this time, which, you know, makes sense. Again, Wii U. But it doesn't really matter because this still got the job done at the end of the day, and it still was kind of fun looking through this, you know, seeing what games were out, and, you know, I've gotta say, that sure was the Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide from 2014. But I know you're all wondering, what is my most anticipated game from this booklet? That. Oh man, I wish that there was a book that went over all of the reasons why 2015 was a bad year for Nintendo. Oh my gosh. Hello there. Today I am going to be looking at the 2015 Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide. Now, we've already taken a look at the gift guides from 2013 and 2014. And those were relatively good years for Nintendo, but 2015, on the other hand, was really where we start to see a decline in the Wii U. Now, you could argue that the Wii U was at a decline since it launched, but here we are. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to go through this and look at all the ways that maybe things could have been a little bit better, like some of the games, because some of the games in here are... we'll get to them in a little bit. But, yes, so, the Holiday Gift Guide. On the front, we've got Mario from Mario Maker, and the Links from Triforce Heroes on the 3DS, and an Inkling from Splatoon, which these were like the three big Nintendo games from this year, so it is pretty cool to see them on the cover right there. On this first little page here, we've got just a little intro of what's to come. So again, we've got Mario Maker and Triforce Heroes, Splatoon. So we already saw those. Yokai Watch, which was that started this year. That was like a really big thing on the 3DS, especially in Japan. I don't think it ever really caught on here in North America. I mean, it's pretty much just another Pokemon clone, but yeah, that got really big in Japan around this time. And Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U, which, yeah, that was a 2014 game, but they still had DLC coming out for this game around that time, so that explains why that's there. See, we got the consoles over here. We got the Wii U, the 2DS, the new Nintendo 3DS XL, that was new this year as well, and down here we've got some amiibo. Some new, some old, pretty great stuff. So on this next page, okay, we got the consoles. Got the new 3DS XL up here, and wow, this is one of the worst names for a Nintendo console of all time because, I mean, it's 2024 right now, and it's not new. Pretty much the only notable change to this model of the 3DS was they added head tracking to the 3D so that you could pretty much be looking at it from any angle and you could still get the 3D effect. Older models didn't have that. And they also added a nipple as a little C-stick, so that's cool. And the 2DS down here is still kicking it, still doing well. I see it comes with Mario Kart 7, which is pretty neat. And over here we've got the Wii U bundle of the week, which was the Mario Kart 8 bundle. It really did feel like there was a new Wii U bundle like every couple of months, and at the time they had the Mario Kart 8 one, which I believe also came with like a steering wheel or like a Wii wheel, I believe. Maybe I'm misremembering. I believe this is the model that had the Wii wheel come with it, but maybe I'm wrong. And we've also got some Wii U accessories down here. Pro controller, Wii remotes, nunchuck, all good stuff. Okay, the amiibo page. Okay. So before I get into the meat of this page, I just wanted to quickly recap the tale of amiibo, because amiibo in 2015 was an interesting ride. I'll leave it at that. So pretty much what happened was Nintendo was pretty much just doing the Smash Bros. Line for amiibo. They started out in 2014, and gradually through the first half of 2015, they were just doing Smash Bros. That was all they were doing. But, you know, over time, they started to realize, like, hey, there's only so many characters in Smash Bros. We're gonna run out eventually. So they started doing amiibo for other series, and you can see here we got the Mario line. They started off with Mario, which that was fine, nothing wrong with that. The real problem lies with these guys down here, the Animal Crossing guys. So yeah, that wasn't a very smart idea. So, I mean, I get it. Animal Crossing is popular. You want to make amiibo for it. But they made way too many. Way too many. And I know the reason for this was because they made Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival this year. Obviously, they wanted to have a lot of Animal Crossing amiibo to be compatible with that game. The problem is, not very many people wanted a damn Cyrus figure. That was sort of the problem with doing an Animal Crossing line. The Animal Crossing characters aren't nearly as recognizable or as popular as, say, the Mario line. You could, pretty much anybody that plays a Mario game, you could see value in owning any one of these figures. Animal Crossing, though, they're just not as recognizable, and there's much less demand for Animal Crossing figures. Not saying that there isn't a demand for it, but it's a lot smaller than, say, Smash Bros. Or Mario. Apparently Nintendo didn't realize that because they made way too many. Stores were flooded with these damn things. Like, they just could not get rid of them. Even though some of them were supposed to be rare, they really weren't. Yeah, it got really bad. And for years afterwards, you could walk into like a Five Below and buy like every single one for like $20. Like, it was bad. Like, it was insane how many were left over because nobody wanted these damn things. And I'm not trying to say, like, they shouldn't have Animal Crossing Amiibo. Like, obviously, there are a lot of people out there that would want something like that. But I just feel like they did it on a scale that was way bigger than Animal Crossing, way bigger than most Nintendo franchises could handle. So, yeah, that was sort of happening around the holidays of 2015, because that was around the time that Amiibo Festival launched, and don't worry, we'll get to that. But down here, we've got some miscellaneous Amiibo. They got the Yarn Yoshi down here, which is pretty cool. That's like one of my favorite Amiibo. I love that one. And also, we've got the 3DS NFC reader, which that was something else that the original 3DS didn't have. It didn't have an NFC reader, so you had to buy this little hockey puck of a device, and that was how you could scan your Amiibo on those models. So that's pretty neat. What the hell is this? Alright, I spent way too long talking about Amiibo. I got a little page dedicated to showing you how it works. It's really not that complicated, so yeah, alright. The games. Let's see what we've got. Super Mario Maker, that was probably the biggest Wii U game of the year. I gotta say, I definitely love Mario Maker 1. I've only put a few hours into it, but it is definitely a really good game. Well, actually, it was a good game when there was online. Now that Super Mario Maker 2 is a thing, and that one has so much more, like, there's really not much of a reason to come back to this one, especially since, like, the only other appeal this game had was the online, and that's not really a thing anymore, so, yeah, there's not much of a reason to play it outside of nostalgia, but, you know, still a very good game for 2015 standards. And Splatoon, oh man, this is the first one. I mean, Splatoon was like really brand new when this book came out, and I mean, Nintendo really hit it out of the park. Like, they aren't ones to make new series that often. Like, it's not every day that they start a new franchise, and this one really took off. I mean, we're still getting Splatoon games to this day. There's a lot of Splatoon amiibo, and I mean, like, Splatoon is like one of Nintendo's biggest franchises right now, and it really since this game it has been, and which is really cool. I'm really happy for it. I've played a little bit of Splatoon 1. It's fine, but, you know, not really that big of a fan of it, but that does not matter because we have got Super Smash Bros. For 3DS and Wii U down here. Again, makes sense because they were still getting DLC for these games. That was still coming out around this time, so again, it makes sense that we would be seeing this game advertised as much as it is, even though it's already been out for over a year, but still really cool to see it. And over on the 3DS side of things, we got Zelda Triforce Heroes. I have not played this game, actually. This is like one of the few Zelda games I have not played, and it is, from what I've heard, like, it's pretty good. Like, it's another one of those multiplayer-focused Zelda games, so, you know, it is a little bit less traditional. It's a little more unique, but I've heard good things about this one, and I would definitely love to get a group together to try it out sometime. I've heard many good things about it. And, yeah, here we are with Yokai Watch again. Again, not much to say about this. It was big in Japan. I remember there was an anime based on it, and, yeah. And down here we've got Skylanders Superchargers. Oh, yes, the reason this one's cool is because this one comes with Donkey Kong and Bowser figures, And not only were they Skylanders figures, but there was a little switch on the bottom that turned them into amiibo. And I always thought that was the coolest thing. I'd really love to own these someday. They're super cool. Like, that is so awesome that Nintendo was willing to do a collaboration like that. Like, that is so freaking cool. Alright, and here is the rest of everything, the rest of the game. So, it looks like they've got it sectioned off in a category. So, yeah, for Create, we've got stuff like Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, or Animal Crossing New Leaf, Mario Maker, Lego Dimensions, and Disney Infinity 3.0. All pretty good games. I wouldn't really say Animal Crossing New Leaf is much of a game about creating things. Like, yeah, you like create a town and you can like decorate your home, but like that's not really the main focus of the game. But I mean, I guess you could argue that it is about creating things. I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, the party section. First up is... Oh, this is gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to talk about this game. I've already spent way too long talking about the amiibo. I really, really don't want to talk about this game because it is bad. Just Dance 2016, it's Just Dance. Mario Party 10, that is a game that I will defend. Like, it's not great. Mario Party 10 definitely has its issues. But, people act like it's this atrocity of a game, like it's so terrible, and it's really not. Like, yes, it's not nearly as good as the games that came before it, but still, like, Bowser Party is at least unique, and, like, the mini-games are solid, so, it really isn't that bad. Like, it's a lot better than Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival over there. I'd much rather play this game, but, it's just a very average game, I'd say. It's not perfect, it's not great, it's not really even good, but it's fine for what it is. And we've also got Guitar Hero Live down here. I forgot. They were starting to, or at least they were trying to bring back the whole Guitar Hero series around this time, and yeah, that turned out great for them. That turned out lovely. Alright, and the battle section, we've seen this already, and some Pokemon games. Not a lot to talk about there. You can kind of see that it was slim pickings this year. Anyway, Run and Jump. Ooh, Yoshi's Crafted World. I freaking love that game. Yoshi's Crafted World is like one of the best 2D platformers. Like, not just on the Wii U, just like in general. Like, that is a fabulous game. I love that one. And we got New Super Mario Bros. U, and interestingly enough, it's the version that comes with Luigi U included on the disc. So, that's pretty neat. Mario 3D World, no surprise to see that there. And, Shovel Knight, that's right. That came out this year too on both platforms. Even had an amiibo for it, which was really cool. I've played a little bit of Shovel Knight, and it is one of my favorite indie games. It is spectacular. I love that one. Good stuff. Very good stuff. And Splatoon again, Smash Bros. Again, Mario Kart 7. Oh, Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. This is a game that I will not defend, unlike Mario Party 10. You can tell that they were just rushing to get this out for the holidays because it is just not good. There's just no content. It's just very bare bones. There's no modes. It is just boring ass tennis, and like it's fine. It does that well enough, but I don't like it very much. And over here, Be a Hero. I mean, you can pretty much say that about any one of these games, but let's see. Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is fine. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask over here. That was remade for the 3DS. I remember playing this a lot when that came out. Got the Wind Waker HD down here too, and Triforce Heroes. Lots of Zelda stuff going on around this time. Got Chibi Robo Ziplash. I would say something about this game, except I have not played it. Heard it's pretty bad, like one of Nintendo's worst, but, I haven't played it, so I can't really have much of an opinion on it. So, you win today, Chibi Robo Ziplash, but just you wait. I'm gonna have an opinion on you eventually. Monster Hunter, Pokemon, pretty typical 3DS stuff. Nothing to really say about those. We've got something going on here. I don't even know what that is. And page dedicated to the eShop. Got the gift cards. Nice. And a little blurb about the Smash Bros. DLC. That's pretty cool. And got some cute little renders on the back. And that is it. I know I was kind of ragging on Nintendo for a bit there, and I mean, can you really blame me? Like, this was definitely one of Nintendo's not so great years. Like, it wasn't their lowest point, but we were certainly heading in that direction. And I mean, there was quality stuff this year. There's no denying that. Mario Maker, Splatoon, Woolly World, Triforce Heroes, all good stuff. But then you have, like, the Animal Crossing Amiibo festivals, the Chibi Robo Ziplashes, the Mario Party 10, Mario Tennis Aces, and all that junk. And when you look at it from that angle, like, yeah, this year was a little bit crappy for Nintendo. Good stuff to play, but it was few and far between, and you could definitely tell that the quantity and quality of games for 3DS, and especially Wii U, was going down fast. While it wasn't quite on par with the previous years we've taken a look at, 2015 wasn't as bad as most people thought. Was it great? No. Was it terrible? Absolutely not. And the good thing about having a little bit of an off year meant that there was no way that things could get any worse. Alright, now where did we leave off? Smells like holiday spirit to me. Hello there. Today I am going to be checking out the Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide from 2016. Now, 2016 was by far one of Nintendo's worst years ever. In fact, you could make the argument that it was their worst year ever, which I definitely think it was up there as one of their, lesser years, but, why not check out the Holiday Gift Guide and see everything that was going on, and most importantly, everything that wasn't. So yeah, let's see. Got a cute little Santa Mario on the front there. Let's check this baby out. Alright, first page, we have a Mario Kart 7 maze and Animal Crossing Newly Spot the Difference. Alright, let's see if I can do this here. Okay, I've got it. This one has flowers and this one doesn't. I am a genius! Alright, going on over to the next page. Let's see. Alright, we got the 3DS consoles over here. A 2DS for $79.99. Man, what a steal that was. I mean, getting a video game console for $80, man! Like, you really can't beat that. And the new Nintendo 3DS XL, which was brand new at the time still. You see we've got the beautiful Galaxy-style color right there. I've always wanted one of these. This always looks so cool. Fortunately, they're super expensive, but still, that looks awesome. And of course, you've got the black and the red, the standard colors for this model of the 3DS. Nothing too exciting about that. So in terms of 3DS games, we have a lot of games that didn't come out in 2016, so there's that. But let's see, we've got Super Mario Maker for 3DS, which was a port of a Wii U game from 2015, so you can make the argument that this isn't really new because, like, it's literally a port, but there's, like, a bunch of stuff missing, so not that exciting. But I got Yokai Watch, maybe one of these was new this year, maybe they weren't. I don't know, because I don't give a damn about Yokai Watch. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, which is an okay 2D platformer. It's nothing crazy, but it sure as hell better than that stinky Wii U game from the last year. But we got Pokemon Sun and Moon down here. These were probably the 3DS's only big games that year. I mean, Pokemon was like one of the only things Nintendo had going on this year in general. And Mario Party Star Rush, if Pokemon wasn't your thing, well, this certainly ain't, because this is nobody's thing, because this is garbage. I think that Star Rush is okay. It's definitely better than Island Tour in the top 100, but it's still a far cry from the Mario Party games of legend, that being Mario Party DS, because that is still the best game in series. But I digress. Let's check out what's on the Wii U page. Oh my gosh, this is sad. You can really tell Nintendo was giving up right about now. I mean, look at this lineup. Most of these aren't even from 2016, so that's how you know things were pretty dire around this time. Of course, you know, you got the Wii U, Pro Controller, Nunchuck. We had a couple new Wii remotes come out this year. We had Toad, Bowser, and Yoshi Wii remotes, which that is kind of cool. And then in terms of the games, I mean, Paper Mario Color Splash, that came out in October. Just Dance 2017 is Just Dance. Those come out on everything, so that's nothing special. And you got Pokken Tournament. That came out in the spring of 2016, and it is just a generic Pokemon fighting game, and that's all I have to say about that. And Minecraft for Wii U, which technically wasn't a 2016 game either, because it released digitally on the Wii U eShop in 2015, so okay. Yeah, things weren't too great on the Wii U in 2016. Of course, there were also games like Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, and that was about it. Like I said, the Wii U was getting table scraps at this point. Then by the time this book came out, the Nintendo Switch was already announced, so you know Nintendo really didn't give a crap about the Wii U at this point. The lineup this year, pretty sad, but you know, I mean, they had enough games from years past that I don't know, it was enough to get by for one more holiday season, I suppose. Anyways, we've got the Nintendo Selects page, which these made a comeback this year, which was really cool. The Nintendo Select line originally came out, I believe, around 2012 on the Wii, and there were a couple Wii games that came out under the Nintendo Select brand, which was pretty cool. And in 2016, Nintendo brought that brand back for select 3DS and Wii U games, which I always thought this was super cool. Like, I never took advantage of Nintendo Selects that much. I wish I had, because like $20 for like some of the biggest games of that generation, like that's a good deal right there. Like 3D World, Tropical Freeze, Pigman Free. Some of these games were getting hard to find too, like Pigman Free, I know that one was getting kind of hard to find. Ocarina of Time, like some of these games were out of print already. So this helped some games have a longer shelf life, and was just generally a good deal all around. Like, you'd be a fool not to get these at this price, so pretty cool that those returned this year as well. But of course, the big one, the big Nintendo holiday thing, it wasn't a 3DS game, it sure as hell wasn't a Wii U game, it was the NES Classic Edition, basically a cry for help. I'll be honest, the NES Classic Edition is a really cool product. Like, at the time, this was like the first mini console. Like, we hadn't really gotten to that point yet where it was sort of cheesy to do a mini console, because after this came out, everybody started doing them, and after a while, it got kind of boring. But the NES Classic Edition, it came first, and I mean, 30 NES games, you know, for $60. I mean, that's not a horrible deal. I mean, the lineup was pretty solid. You know, you had pretty much all the mainline Mario games, Zelda games, most of the Nintendo games from the NES were on there, with a few exceptions, but I still think it's pretty cool these days. I mean, it's really just a novelty at this point, just to have like a mini NES sitting around. Like, realistically, how often are you gonna plug this damn thing in? But, you know, as a neat little holiday thing, I think it's fine. I think it's passable. It's nothing crazy. Pretty much all these games were already available elsewhere at the time, but still, just a neat little knick-knack for Nintendo fans. And the Amiibo page. Amiibo were still kicking it. They were still getting decent support around this time. In 2016, we had a second wave of Mario Amiibo. These were pretty cool. Nothing special, but you know, you had a few cool characters that didn't have Amiibo already get some, like Waluigi and Daisy and Boo. They didn't have Amiibo yet. Everyone else did from the Smash Bros. Line, but those were at least cool to see. And believe some of these Animal Crossing figures were also new this year, so that was cool. And then there were some Zelda Amiibo that were coming out in honor of the 30th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda franchise. So got the 8-bit Link, Ocarina of Time Link, the Wind Waker Link and Zelda, and then just Smash Bros. Link, just boring-ass vanilla Smash Bros. Link. But these are pretty cool. I love that they made like a Amiibo figure for her almost every version of Link. So if you have a favorite version of Link, well, you got an Amiibo figure for it. Unless you're a fan of the Oracle games, then I have sad news for you. And then here's the original wave Mario Amiibo, some Splatoon Amiibo, the Yarn Yoshis, and then just Smash Bros. Pikachu for no apparent reason. So that's cool. And there's a little page here dedicated to how to use an Amiibo, because by 2016, I definitely still didn't know how to use them, and just kept trying to figure out how to use them on my Wii U. I was tapping all over the place, and I just couldn't figure it out until I saw this page, and I was like, whoa! Let's see what else we've got. Oh, we got the answers to all of the little puzzle things on the other pages. Oh my gosh, it was an 8-bit Mario sprite on this page. They spoiled it. There were spoilers in here. Yep, and then we've got all the 3DS games again. All the Wii U games, NES Classic, all that good stuff. Some eShop gift card stuff, GameStop stuff. And that is the end of the book. So, that was the Nintendo Holiday Gift Guide from 2016, and ew. Yeah, 2016 was definitely a very bad year for Nintendo. Barely any games came out this year. Barely any support for either the Wii U or the 3DS. I mean, the Wii U, it was on its last leg since like 2014. Like, obviously there wasn't going to be too much, but you know, it was still just embarrassing. Like how little this stupid console is getting supported. Like, man, even Nintendo was giving up by that point. I mean, hell, they didn't even have the guts to show every 2016 game off in this book. Like I said, there was no Star Fox, no Twilight Princess, no nothing. It was just the same old, same old. You know, I think it just really hits home, like, how bad the Wii U generation was. Like, don't get me wrong, there were some incredible games that came out on the Wii U. But overall, the Wii U generation, it kind of sucked. Whatever, I'm just rambling at this point. The main takeaway from this is that 2016 kind of sucked for Nintendo, and also they used much cheaper paper for this book compared to the other ones, so... And with that is every Nintendo holiday booklet from the Wii U generation. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the Nintendo Switch books? And truthfully, those are kind of lame. They're kind of like half digital nowadays anyway, so first of all, that's not nearly as exciting as a physical book. And second of all, they're more so coloring books for little Timmy than actual brochures that you can flip through, so I don't really have much of a desire to actually go through those and make videos about those, so this is probably going to be the last holiday booklet that I take a look through on this channel because, honestly, like, the Nintendo Switch ones, they're pretty lame compared to this. Like, even the 2016 one, like, hey, there may not have been much in this book, but, I mean, at least there wasn't a damn crossword puzzle or anything stupid like that. So, what have I learned from all of this? Pretty much nothing. I mean, the Wii U kind of started off good. It kind of ended bad. The 3DS was just kind of there. And that's pretty much all I've learned. But from me to you, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And I hope that this served as a very good guide on what to buy yourself this holiday season. 8 years ago,